And for more analysis on this, let's now cross live to Jason Ditz, who is the news editor at antiwar.com. Jason, thank you very much for being with us. Now, according to U.S. officials, we're getting a little bit of a discrepancy here, that this raid was launched after they were attacked. So in response to an attack, do you think that this missile strike was justified?
No, not at all. Certainly not. I think even if the stories of them coming under attack are true, it's certainly not justified to kill a bunch of innocent bystanders in retaliation. And more importantly than whether or not it's justified is whether or not it was wise. And I would say that the anger that killing a large number of children is going to have is going to far outweigh any problems that they would have had if they'd had to withdraw from the area because of an attack.
Now, you mentioned these children being killed. Civilian casualties in particular, as a result of NATO airstrikes, has been one of the most contentious issues in this war, provoking mass criticism and public protest. Do you think there will be like reaction this time?
There will be, but I'm not sure how much it will change anything because, of course, this is far from the first time something like this has happened. We have similar events happening several times a year ever since this war began, and the Karzai government has repeatedly tried to ban airstrikes or tried to limit airstrikes in civilian areas, and really it hasn't had any impact at all on NATO. The only thing that has is when General McChrystal is in charge, and he seemed to be the one U.S. commander out of well over a dozen now that seemed to get that killing large numbers of civilians was causing a lot of additional problems for the occupation forces.
Now, causing those additional problems, let's turn to that a little bit. Aside from Hamid Karzai's government, aside from the people, do you think that this will cause more reaction from the Taliban? Will we see more intense fighting as a result of this?
Well, we might, but I think the long-term effects are the bigger deal in that civilians who had relatives that were killed in this incident are more likely to support the Taliban. Fighting-age men who were maybe on the sidelines are more likely to join the Taliban after an incident like this. And, you know, they've said all along that even airstrikes that kill militants tend to create more militants than they end up killing. And certainly, if you're killing random children, it's going to be a dramatically worse impact.
Now, briefly, in your estimation, do you think in 2014, will the country be stable enough for U.S. troops to withdraw?
Well, I think that in my estimation, the country would be more stable if U.S. troops withdrew. I don't think it will be any more stable in 2014 than it is right now. And I don't think U.S. troops have any intention of withdrawing in 2014. Right. To the extent that they reduce their numbers, it will certainly improve the situation there. But I don't think they'll be there anytime soon.
All right, I appreciate your thoughts on the subject. Jason Ditz, news editor at antiwar.com. Thank you very much. I appreciate your thoughts on the subject.
Thank you for having me.